We want to check in live now with CBSN producer Kaitlynn Fish. She is in Columbus Circle near Central Park. Kaitlynn, how you doing?
Relax.
Hi,
It's
I'm
a nice
doing
day.
good.
Actually,
It's
just walking around, but the road looks pretty bad. But
we're hanging
just
in
gonna
there, and
have
I'm
some fun
definitely not
and
alone
make
out
the day.
here. If you can look behind me, you can see there are a ton of people out here. I am certainly not alone. I'm probably one of 200 to 300 people out here, and I'm not even kidding.
Well,
The snow is totally coming down, but there's no shortage of people and definitely no shortage of cars, even though we have a travel ban.
oh, really? You're seeing a lot of cars still out on the roadway?
Yeah, let me turn around my camera very quickly.
Okay.
And see if you guys can see the road.
Oh, we had it.
Wrong way.
Go.
There we go. So we've got some cars going by over here. And just a minute ago, we saw about 3 or 4 taxis. What you're looking at is Columbus Circle, and usually a very busy area.
Well, and we're showing a live picture now too, Kaitlynn, from West 57th Street, 10th Avenue, right outside the CBS Broadcast Center. There's a plow going by right now, but as you said, we've seen other cars and things. That travel ban went into effect about 15 minutes ago. Now we're back on your camera, just to kind of, I know you can't see us, so I'm trying to give you a play-by-play here. Are people just having fun? Are they kind of thinking, well, it's Saturday, I don't want to just sit at home? Or what's kind of the feeling up there?
So there's a lot of people out just taking a lot of pictures. I've seen some sleds. I've seen a guy with an American flag right behind me, just kind of taking pictures with everyone. There's a lot of people having a really good time building snowmen. We saw a snowman a few minutes ago, and building snow angels. And we've got a lot of tourists out here. If we have a moment, we can talk to one right now. Tell us where you're from.
Hello, I'm from Germany.
He's used to this.
He's from Germany, and they're visiting the city right now. What are you guys doing out here?
We are visiting New York, and we also go tomorrow to a concert of Bruce Springsteen. And in Germany, the weather is better than here.
Is it better?
Yes.
Really?
Because it's not so stormy, and the snow is not that much as here.
Were you prepared for this weather, visiting the United States?
We thought it would be not so bad, but yes, we know there would be snow.
Thank you so much.
Great.
That's Kaitlynn. I have to say, I think what's so interesting is, you know, my husband and I on Christmas, it was 72 degrees. We were walking our dogs through Central Park, and now you have almost a foot of snow or more up there. It just, what a difference a month makes.
Yeah, it's really really a lot of snow out here. We actually were out here earlier today, and there was maybe about a foot. Sorry, I'm readjusting my microphone. And there was maybe about a foot at that point, and it's only been about an hour since the original time we were out here, and maybe a half a foot more. I'm not exaggerating. It's definitely piling up, especially as plows come through. The streets are looking fairly clear, maybe an inch or two on the streets, but on the sidewalks that haven't been cleared, maybe up to 2 feet. If you step in with your boot, it definitely goes up to the top.
Does it seem like people were kind of, in some ways, the people that are around you are obviously people that want to get out of the house and kind of enjoy winter. Does it seem like some people out there were kind of looking forward to having a storm like this since we've had such a dry winter?
I would definitely say yes. You've seen a lot of actual native New Yorkers we were talking to earlier today who had gotten out their cross-country skis and were really enjoying this, having a really good time. It's like, I guess it's a good time to break out the gear that you probably don't get to use very often.
Well, I have to say your hat is adorable.
Thanks, just trying to stay warm.
Much like most of the people up there. You said a lot of tourists, a lot of native New Yorkers. Have you seen snowball fights besides the snowmaking?
I did. I've seen some snowball fights, and like I said, I saw a snowman or two, and a lot of people making snow angels if they're brave enough to lay down in this snow. The park is covered, and we've seen people riding pedicabs. I haven't seen any horse and carriages, which probably would be a little cruel maybe at this point, but the guys on pedicabs seem to be doing just fine.
Oh, I bet they're making some good money. I think it's like $2-3 a minute in those things.
I think it is $2-3 a minute, and they were not pedaling fast, so they are definitely making money and taking full advantage of this.
So the location that you're at, we should tell people, Columbus Circle, there's a lot of businesses and restaurants just a few feet from where you're at right now. You know, the mayor is saying these businesses should close down, people need to get home, we need these workers to go home. Is Columbus Circle, the shops and things, do they appear to still be open, or have people started getting home now?
It seems like everything is still fairly open. like I said, still plenty of cars on the road. So I think people are still trying to get around and go about a normal day. It looks like everything is still open. I saw a guy walking with some bags from Whole Foods a minute ago, so I assume the grocery is still open. And I saw a coffee shop still open. Dunkin' Donuts is still serving coffee. People are having a pretty normal day despite all the snow.
So what I was just told is that we have some confirmed reports now that there are 15 inches in New York City. Is that kind of what you're seeing on the ground, more than a foot of snow?
Oh, it's definitely more than a foot out here. And the problem with this type of snow is it's a pretty light, fluffy snow. And not only is it just falling, but as soon as it falls, the wind is pretty strong. So it picks up the snow, carries the snow, and it'll just land, wherever it decides to fall. And it's piling up in various areas and various snow drifts because it is so light and easy to blow around.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the interesting.
It's not that heavy, wet snow you would sometimes get with a blizzard.
That can be good because, I've covered so many of these events where people go out to shovel and it's so heavy they end up injuring themselves or having a heart attack. So in one way, it's good. On the other way, I think the reason the governor issued that travel ban is because when you get this blowing snow, it can make travel very treacherous on the roadways.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen a lot of plows out here, but even as the plows come through, maybe every 20 or 30 minutes or so, there's at least 1 to 2 inches on the ground that is staying stuck. And I don't even think salt would take care of that at this point. And the sidewalks around here, even with all these people, I've seen some wipeouts because they're not cleared, obviously. And if you stray too far from the middle of the sidewalk, it's at least a 1 to 2 foot drop that a lot of people don't really realize the snow has built up that much.
I see. Well, that's pro tip because I was one of those people who wiped out. Have a good case on your iPhone or it will end up damaged very severely.
I'm going to need to get a better one, I'm sure.
Kaitlynn, I know you were studying to get your degree in meteorology. Are you kind of having fun? Are you geeking out a little bit about this?
It's fun. I'm such a weather geek about all of these kinds of things. I'm having a great time. Oh, here, let me get a shot of this real quick. There's a guy on some skis.
Oh, fun.
A couple on some skis. Let's see if you can see him behind me. There we go.
Wow, they're moving along pretty good.
Some real New Yorkers at the cross-country skis behind the guy with the flag. Yeah, good stuff. We're having a good time. I promise I'm not the only one who's crazy enough to be out here.
Oh no, I think we've been watching all day. We're here on 57th Street, and I've been watching people all day long walk back and forth, bundled up, kind of like you. And I think some people, like I said, this winter has been so dry. You haven't had any snow. It is a snowstorm of almost historic proportions when everything's said and done. It looks like, but I think people want to get out while they can.
Yeah, I think so too. I think as it gets a little later in the day and people are realizing that, yeah, it's bad out here, but it's not so bad that you couldn't venture out, that they're actually coming out and enjoying it. I've seen lots of dogs. You can probably hear
I can hear, yeah.
Yeah. You've seen a lot of people bringing pets, a lot of people bringing kids, just really enjoying it and not staying so cooped up as they probably are told to by the mayor and the governor and everyone.
Well, as long as everybody stays safe and uses some common sense out there, I think we'll be okay. Kaitlynn, thanks so much for providing us the report from near Central Park. It's been enjoyable.
Anytime. Time to get warm.
Yes, go get warm.